Have you ever wondered what it truly takes to become a life coach? It's really more than just a title, which a lot of people just call themselves life. But and sorry, I'm just looking at my Instagram because it's starting over there as well. But it's really a transformational journey, not just for you, but also for those that you are going to be guiding. And you shouldn't take that lightly, right? Because you're going to be pouring into somebody's life and helping them to solve a problem that they have. So I wanted to help us unlock the potential of what this is and set us both on a path of making a real difference. So, when you are starting to pour into the lives of others, you want to make sure that you are actually doing it for the purpose of helping them to have a shorter span to get to where they want to go. That's why your expertise comes in, right? So, for those of you who don't know me, hi, beautiful souls. My name is Neena Perez, and I'm a transformational life and business coach. And I help empowered, purpose driven women create coaching businesses that align with their values from concept to launch. And today we're going to be embarking on this transformative journey of what it means to really become a really great life coach. Now, a journey is from feeling disempowered, because that can happen to us a lot, to embracing the full strength and potential within us. And sometimes that takes a little bit of soul searching and coasting. And yes, you might have all the skills. I was in corporate for many years, and I was a director and I had a big team and all of that. And when I got into coaching, I realized that I was leaving a lot of that stuff apart from who I am as a person, and I don't want you to do that. So when you start to embrace who you are as a true life coach, you're going to bring all of your experiences from the past, what you're doing now in the journey, and where you want to go. And a journey from feeling disempowered to embracing full strength and potential within you, like right now, right? Because this isn't just a lesson that I want to do with you today. I want to give you a call to action. I want to give you a blueprint for changing and a pathway for you to have empowered lives and the life that you deserve to have. Because if you are going to be a coach, I want you to also empower all of those that are coming into your ecosystem to have the lives that they should be having, right? And I know that some of you have been felt in your heart, in your soul, like you've been feeling that you are called to guide someone. You are called to guide because that's what life coaches do, and you want to be the beacon and the light and the empowerment in somebody else's journey. I know that's why I do it, because I want to help as many of them, many women as I can. And even men follow me. And I know that they also take a lot of tools and tips and strategies because they've told me, which is absolutely amazing. Right. And becoming a life coach isn't just about acquiring that title. It just isn't. And if you think that that's what it is, then go ahead and get yourself that, you know, great certificate somewhere and call yourself a life coach. If you think it's just about the title, I'm not your girl. Okay. Because it's actually about embracing a mission. It's about embracing a mission to empower and inspire others to transform their lives. And you have to start by you embracing your life, like embracing your story, why you are uniquely qualified to help someone else to be empowered in their journey. Man, this game is not that easy, right? There's a lot of challenges, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of things that we have to go through, but it has to start with you. And a lot of times we don't want to start with us, right? So we think, but wait, I'm a career coach. I'm just going to be a career coach. I'm going to teach somebody how to do careers. But you're going to bump up to things where you're going to have to deal with what you are going through too. Why aren't people coming to you? Why are you putting out great content and nobody's replying? Are you good enough? Are you smart enough? Do you have what it takes? This happens to everyone. Okay? Everyone. And so don't think that you're exempt from that. So you have to start with you and the foundation of your wisdom and who you are. And the for me is embracing your unique story, your journey, all of the highs, all of the lows of what you have been through. And that becomes the tapestry that weaves really authentically into your coaching, because you start to realize that you have some resilience, some grit, some wisdom, some know-how. You have all of this stuff that is in you that is authentic, right? That is really who you are. So embrace it, share it, let your experiences be that bridge that connects you to those that you're aiming to help. And if you are aiming to help someone for real in the pain that they have to transition and transform their lives, then show up for real. Like, don't BS the situation. Be who you really are and show up with who you really are. Because if you fake it in the beginning, you'll have to fake it through the whole program. You'll have to fake it through the whole coaching. You'll have to fake it through everything. And it's just too hard. It becomes too difficult to be a phony or a copycat, right? Because you don't want to offend anyone, or you don't want to do something that somebody else doesn't agree with, or maybe you don't speak English like everybody else does, or you're not, as fancy, or whatever it is that you think you need to be to get your ideal client. What I will tell you is you need to be authentic and solve a problem. What does authentic mean? That means you showing up like you, knowing who you are, and embracing the journey right now. It's making sure that you are not letting disempowering beliefs lead you, but that you're shifting those into empowering beliefs, that you are worthy of this, that you are good enough, that you can solve a problem, right? And so a lot of us take a journey of self-discovery when we first start, because I have a lot of skill sets and wisdoms, and I do SOPs, and I do a lot of stuff on strategy and organizational structures, and all of that great stuff is something that I've always done. It's what I do. I love doing it. And when I first started my coaching journey, I just didn't know if I was good enough to do that, right? So I ran out to get all the certifications, 2 and 3 years in school, and getting all my degrees and certifications and all, because I needed all of that, right? Just to find out that I just needed to dig into who I was already and the intelligence that I already have. Now, are certifications great? Of course. Of course they are. You can have them if you want. You don't need them, because a lot of you already have a lot of wisdom and a lot of foundational strategies that you can help with empowering and transforming the life of someone else. And when you start to empower your journey, then you will start to really transform and impact the life of someone else as a coach. And many, many times we just doubt ourselves, or don't think we can, or we put too much on our table and we think we have to do everything, but you don't. Okay. So I want you to really embrace who you are, really see the highs and lows of where you are and where you've been. Be honest with yourself about that. And let that be what weaves authentically through your coaching. Because when you show up authentically, you help others show up authentically. But when you show up really just not being who you are supposed to be, and you're trying to be like everyone else, nobody knows who you are. This is the issue that I find, right? That some people think, no, but I have to act like this to get this, right? The problem with that is that if you're not aligned with that really in your body, in your mind, in your spirit, all of that kind of stuff, you're going to constantly have to lie or shift to keep trying to create this thing that you already said that you were when you're not. It is just easier to be real and authentic and truthful. It is just easier to understand that God already created you to be as amazing as you are, and that you just have to learn some strategies, tools, and tips, right? But let your experiences be the bridge that connects you to those you are aiming to help. Don't try to make things up because you saw something on YouTube. All right. I know that happens to a lot of us, especially all of us who are on the airways. We watch a lot of videos, we get inspired, we think we can do it, to easily find out that we can't. And then what happens is we flop. And then we feel like we're not good enough, we're not smart enough. Here comes that cycle, right? The victim mentality cycle. You have to be careful not to get caught up in what the world is trying to tell you. You need to be caught up in what God says about you. Okay. You're wonderfully made. He counted every hair on your head. He knows exactly who you are and where he is taking you. And when you start to try to be the next Jane, the next Bob, the next, whatever, it's not going to work. Okay. And so I want you to start showing up authentically. And then I want you to cultivate a growth mindset, because it's important. So transitioning into coaching is going to require you to start shifting your perspective, not you as a human, your perspective. Because if you are coming into this as a victim, You can read that in the room. You can read that in the room. I don't care how positive you try to be. If you are coming into the room with this woe is me mentality, or I can't do it, or I'm not confident, you're going to have a lot of challenges. Okay. So I want you to transition into this coaching world that you're getting into by shifting your perspective and embracing the challenges as opportunities as opposed to here's another thing that happened to me. Okay. So understand that every obstacle is a lesson. Every obstacle is a strength building exercise. That's what it is. Because God put them in your path for a reason, and it's for you to learn, to grow, to expand, to become the person you want to become. All right. Every setback is a set up for your comeback. And I know you've heard that people say that before. Understanding that is going to help you shift your perspective and start growing in the mindset that maybe is holding you back and you're not even realizing it. Okay. This mindset is not only going to empower you, but it's also going to set you up as a powerful example for those who are trying to work with you or want to think about working with you because they're watching who you are, what you do, what you say, how you act, right? And this mindset is going to empower you. So make sure that you start to shift those things. And the best way I found to do that is when I write it down and I can see when something negative comes up. I usually write it down immediately, like, oh, I can't do that. I write it down. Oh, I can't do that. And then I start to analyze if that is even a truth statement. Because the reality is it's not, right? And we're hitting up against a lot of our old stories. And so a lot of us bring in a lot of those old stories into what we're trying to do right now and then wondering why we're not moving ahead. And that's because a lot of those old stories are disempowering. They're taking your power from you and saying, see, people steal from you all the time. See, people lie to you all the time. See, people, whatever that is, whatever that story is that is coming up for you. Okay. And you have to understand that that is just something God is showing you so that that obstacle can become a lesson because it's not true, right? It's not true until you make it true, until you really feed it and allow it to be your truth. Oh, yeah, maybe I can't do it. Guess I can't. And then you go down the rabbit hole of I can't and wondering why you're hitting your head up against the wall. I know I go through this too, right? And I have to constantly shift myself like, Neen, is that true? No, that's not true. Girl, keep it moving. Let's go. What's the next step to get out of this mindset? And that's what I do to myself because I have to, because I'm coaching a lot of amazing, powerful women. And I want to make sure I show up for them. And if I'm not showing up for me, I cannot show up for them. Right. So you have to make sure you have that mindset right. The third thing I wanted to tell you is to acquire the necessary skills that you need. While the passion that you have to really lean into others and teach others is sparking, that ooh inside of you, like that, oh, I want to do this. When I started working with a coach and I realized how empowered I felt and how wonderful this felt that she helped me, I wanted to do this for someone else. And so while the passion was there and it sparked all this stuff, skills are tools too, right? This is what you need to build that fire of that little spark that you got, right? So start investing in you, invest in a good coach, invest in maybe a good education piece that you need for your business. Start looking at what it is that you bring to the table and how you can enhance that if you want to help somebody in that, right? Maybe you enroll in a coaching program if that's what you feel you need, right? You don't always need that, but you should think about acquiring the necessary skills, right? Whatever that means for you. So equip yourself with the tools so that you can start helping your client in that area that you want to help them, right? So if you're somebody who wants to have a digital agency, for instance, you can't just say I'm a digital agency. You have to actually invest in having the assets to become a digital agent, right? The CRM schedule, the copywriting, the funnel building, the landing, all of that great stuff for you to be able to help your client in that area. Now, many of you already have all the skill sets, the passion, the God-given talents, everything you need to start coaching, right? What you need to understand is how. How do we do this? Well, maybe you need to invest in some skill sets or in a coach or somebody who can help you bring that out of you and show you how to structure it. It's super important. You know, alongside that, I wanted to show you guys something. I've been using this thing called Magic Bookifier. For those of you who are coaches or solopreneurs or stuff like that, and you want to write a book, but it's freaking long and arduous, and you're like, I don't know if I want to do this because this is too much time, all that stuff. Well, this is Magic Bookifier, and they're so freaking awesome that they actually gave me a link to share with all of you to get a lifetime deal to this thing. This is awesome, guys. Okay. So I've been playing around with it a lot. I've been using it for about maybe 8 months or so. And I was able to talk to the founder, and we were talking back and forth. He's like, I'd love to support the work that you do. And so he gave me a lifetime link for you guys to be able to have this tool for life. Okay. So anyway, there's a long form writer. There's a writing coach, which actually works with you on writing your book. So it's coaching you on how to write it, asking you questions, all that. This is the writing coach right here. Then there's an ebook creator. You can put the title and just what you want it to be, and it'll write the freaking ebook for you. There's a chapter writer. Okay. So that if you just want to do a chapter at a time, like this thing is awesome. I'll show you my library because I have a lot of stuff in here. Like I said, I've been playing around with this thing, right? The cool thing is as you use it, you can actually be putting your voice in here as well. And so, Magic Book Fire did not tell me to do this. I want to do this because I want to give you value and I want to serve you. So I want you to see this. Okay. So I have faith driven entrepreneurs building a 6 and 7 figure business with Christian spirituality, right? Look, it writes the entire chapter for you. Okay. I tell it what I want. It writes the chapter. If I don't like the chapter, I can rewrite the chapter and let it know what I want. Like, hello, right? So I love this thing so much, and I've been using it to help me write a book. I mean, starting my podcast because I know how to start a podcast, and so I wanted to put that idea in a book for people to help them, right? Shame and money beliefs. You guys know I always talk about shame and money beliefs. Anyway, I say all this to say that you can start creating your books in here. All right. And they're giving you a lifetime freaking deal for this. So I'm going to have the link, and I just wanted to show you because I thought this was freaking awesome. Okay. So, all of that to say that there are different ways for you to enhance what you're doing, acquire necessary skills, work with someone who has all of these different ideas and ways of helping you develop the business and program that you want to develop, because you need to have that. And you need to develop your personal brand by showing people who you are and what you have, because your brand is your promise to your clients. Okay. It's what they think of when they hear your name. When people hear my name, hopefully they're not cursing, right? They hear my name, they know, oh yeah, that's right. She helps women create coaching businesses and launch. That's what I do, right? She's somebody who helped me be inspired. She's somebody who spoke to me in this place and told me that I can be authentic. I had an amazing conversation with a young lady who found me and was able to tell me in tears, which I appreciate more than she knows. And if she's listening, thank you for that. That was a gift. And she said that my live really inspired her to be herself, to actually walk in who she really knows that she can be. And that touched me in such a big way, because that's what I'm doing. I'm helping these powerful freaking women to create a presence that resonates with their target audience, to create a presence that they can be really themselves and not be afraid of that. Okay. And that's where your unique value comes in, when you start to build a brand where people can attach who you are to what you do. This is important. All right. So create a presence that resonates with your target audience. Who is it that you want to work with? Right? Something that stands the testament of your commitment, of your wisdom, of your knowledge, of who you are, so that they know, oh, when I mess with Neena, I know I better bring my A game. I better bring it. Right. And people need to know you for that. They know that you're not somebody to mess around with or play around with, but that you're actually mean business and you're really here to help them. Right. So that's another way for you to start transforming your life coaching business, is really think about who do you want to be, so that people know who you are and align that with what your brand is. Right. Here's another one for all of you. Start building meaningful connections. With this Women Who Lead event that I've been doing, the amazing amount of strategies and wisdom that I have gotten from the women who have been speakers at this event has been so meaningful to me. And I want to build even more deeper, meaningful connections with these women, right? Because networking isn't just about expanding your circle, it's about building a community. It's about connecting with these women who are like minded individuals. They want to be there for you, support you, and you want to do the same for them, right? Because when you connect with like minded individuals, this is where the meaningful stuff comes in, the meaningful conversations, the meaningful strategies, the meaningful ways to build your business, like all of that stuff. And these connections are going to provide you support, inspiration, opportunities for growth, all of that stuff. So don't push away like people in your ecosystem or people that you're strategizing with or that actually work within your niche or close to it, because those are powerful connections to have. And as you are transforming and building your really powerful coaching business, this is one of the key things that I have always implemented and actually connected to, was networking with people of like-minded thoughts and ideas and coaching, because I needed these women to, hey, how do you strategize for that? Whoa, really? That's amazing. I do it this way. What, Nina? I love that. I'll do it that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's important. So stop trying to compete with everyone and collaborate with people, because competing and having that mindset of, oh, I can't tell anybody because they're going to take it from me, blah, blah, blah. That's a scarcity mentality, and that's going to keep you small, very small. Okay. So remember that when you're connecting with like minded individuals and you're joining all these coaching groups and whatever, this is where you're going to engage in meaningful conversations, and they're going to support you. It's going to expand you. It's going to give you the opportunity for growth. Okay. Okay. Here's another one: practicing self care. I know. Oh, God, Nina, self care. Everybody's talking about self care. I know. But to pour into others, your cup must be full. Okay. So prioritize your well being. That means really show up as you. Let me tell you, the most exhausting thing that you will do in this journey is trying to be someone else. You are going to burn out so damn fast. Okay. So I want you to be very clear on who you are, what you bring to the table, and who you help. All right. And engage in activities that are going to rejuvenate your spirit. Reflect on your journey. Stay there for a moment. Okay. Ensure that you're operating from a place of abundance. Because if you start to try to be like someone else because someone else looks amazing while they're doing it, you're going to burn out so damn fast, and you're not going to have anything to give the people that you actually want to help because you're trying to be somebody that you're not. Be freaking you and be proud of it. Okay. So self-care is about caring for yourself authentically and real and vulnerable and knowing who you freaking are. Okay. That to me is self-care. You want to woo-saw and put some cucumbers on your eyes? Be my guest, right? But I like to show up as much as I can to be me, as authentic and real as I can, whether people jive with it or not. I want the people that jive with it, right? So I want you to start thinking about how you're going to care for yourself. All right. Number 7 is taking bold action. Now, dreams are great, but let's be real. Dreams remain dreams if you're not going to do something about it, right? Step out of your freaking comfort zone. Start doing something different. Host a workshop, launch a course, do a live, start a podcast. I don't give a shit what it is, but just start stepping out of your comfort zone. The world needs your voice, your insights, your guidance, your expertise, right? This is why you are empowered in your journey to really transform lives in this coaching space. So don't just be a dreamer, be a doer. Okay. Host that workshop. Go ahead and do that course that you want to do. Go ahead and have those strategies. Get that podcast going. The world is waiting and you are still thinking. Get your ass moving. The world needs your voice, your insights, your guidance. Let's go. Okay. Remember that becoming a life coach is not just a career choice that you're just making on a whim. It's a commitment. It's going to take you hours a week to do. It's going to take you strategies. It's going to take you networking. It's going to take all of these steps. It's not, just one and done. This is a commitment to making a difference, right? So it's about lighting the path for others while you yourself are continuously evolving on your own journey, right? Because as you grow, you can help someone else grow. And as you expand, you can help someone else expand. But you have to start. And you can't just think like, oh, somebody's going to build it for me and everything's going to be perfect. No, 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 no. You have to show up. Unfortunately, if you think that this is going to be a lazy, thing, like people try to tell you all the time, I'm on a beach somewhere in Dubai and my life is so easy, it's bullshit, right? They have to, if they are at that 7, 8 figure, they're now developing teams, making sure the teams are doing the right thing, making sure they're not losing money, checking out their CRMs, getting all these workshops. It's work, but it's good work. Okay. Now, I'm here to support you every step of the way. If you are really interested on how to grow and expand a coaching business and you want to know, hey, Neen, how do I actually do this from step one, or grow this thing? I just want to know, then connect with me. Okay. Because I would love to embark on this journey with you if you're a good fit with me, if I'm a good fit with you, because this is what is going to create the ripple effects throughout the world. Okay. And I want you to really do what it is you want to do and what you feel you're called to do. All right. So I left you with a lot today. Remember to grab that link for Magic Book of Fire if you're somebody who wants to create a book and wants to make it easier than just trying to sit there and think of an idea and the next step and the next step. Okay. I want you to embrace your unique journey. That was number one. I want you to cultivate your growth mindset, right? So shifting your perspective and not being a victim. Acquire the necessary skills that you need if it's something you want to add to the wisdom and stuff that you have already in what it is you want to bring to the world. Develop your personal brand. Your brand is your promise to your clients. Okay. Whatever you're putting out in the world and you want that to be your brand, then I need that to reflect authenticity, integrity, and the unique value that you bring. Okay. 5 is build a meaningful connection. So network. All right. Expand your circle, build a community, connect with like minded individuals. I don't know how much more to say that. You need to get that done. 6 is practicing self care, showing up as you, right? Reflecting on what you're prioritizing. What is your well being? Time boxing. Like there's a bunch of strategies, meditation, all this kind of stuff, right? That fills your cup. And 7 is to take that bold action. So after you get all of this stuff done, you got to move. Don't just start dreaming. Oh, I wish I could. And when I do, and when I get there, stop that nonsense. Dreams are going to remain dreams if you don't start moving. So start getting uncomfortable. And it's okay to be uncomfortable. In fact, it feels really good to be uncomfortable because you know you're doing something different. Okay. So the world needs your voice. The world needs your guidance. The world needs your insights. And only you have them. And I don't want you to die with them. I want you to actually bring them out so we can get them. Okay. So thank you so much for being here with me. And if you want to connect with me, info@neenaperez.com. You can follow me on all of my socials. I have all of my links everywhere, but I don't want you to sleep on this anymore. I want you to transform your life. If you want to do an impactful life coaching business, okay, these are the things that you need. And if you have to rewind this so that you can remember what it is I said, then do that. But get your ass moving ASAP. The world needs to hear it. All right. This is Neena Perez. Until next time.